Draft Day.
Today's draft, we are going to be drafting the songs that best represent the Canucks season so far this year. I am extremely excited and had a lot of fun prepping for this segment. And we're going to leave it to interpretation as we see fit. We can explain our picks. We might even put it up for a vote, see what you guys, the fans, think of our drafts, which one was better, which one was more accurate. Yeah, but how do we figure out who starts first? Do you have a way of figuring this out?
I do. I think we'll flip our special Dogs on Skates coin. So we have a two-sided coin. We have J Dog on one side, we have Andy on the other, and the winner will get the first overall pick, and then we'll do a snaking style draft. So winner takes first pick, loser gets 2-3, winner gets 4-5, and so on until we've each filled out our roster of 4 songs describing the Canucks season. So, you ready for the flip?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
It's J Dog.
Oh, let's go. Pick. Oh, baby. Okay, here we go. So, the way that I have interpreted this is I have broken the season down into 4 segments, 4 like pivotal points in which we can identify a change in the team or something along those lines.
This is the Taylor Swift era tour, but J Dog style.
All right. So, with my first selection in the draft, I will be picking Why Can't We Be Friends by War. We came into the year, we were so excited, we had such good vibes, and we found out after not too long that there were talks in the locker room, talks post-game about JT Miller and Elias Pettersson with like their teammates were having conversations with them to try and get it figured out. Like game 4 in the season, game 6. This was a problem at the very beginning of the season. And what did we all say? We're like, why can't they just be friends? Like they just get along. Like they would need to do whatever they need to do and just have it done, have it over with. And that just is easier said than done sometimes. But my selection, Why Can't We Be Friends by War.
Fantastic choice. Fantastic. You know, for all the discourse that's been around the PD and Miller thing, it's not an angle I approached it from. I regret it so much. That's just rich with options there. Now, I went a slightly different way. I went very off the board with a number of these songs. I really tried to focus on lyrics that made sense that we could apply, not necessarily really famous songs. I don't even know some of these songs. There's a lot of Google lyric searches involved in my draft. But baby, does this first one ever just... I don't even have to tell you who it's about. I'm just going to read you some of the lyrics to a song called You've Changed by Keisha Cole. You changed. You changed. You got dough and you changed. You got dough and you changed, baby. You changed. It wasn't the same. You got dough and changed. Now, I'm not gonna name names. I don't think it's necessary, really.
No, I think we understand.
I'm just gonna let that one sit there as my first pick.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. The second one I'm gonna go with is it's gonna be Hope and Ruin by the Trues.
Oh, now, I like it.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's what this season has been a lot of, right? It's been little glimpses of what the team could be, where you think, oh baby, we're back, we're so back, and then it's just you're off the cliff again, and then you see a little glimpse, and then it's ripped away. So Hope and Ruin, living the dream. What we're doing is not what it seems. First to last, best to worst, ash to ash, and blessed to cursed. So whether that's from the highs of last year, where the Canucks led the league in every category for most of the year, had 6 guys at the All-Star game, to this year.
Oh,
That I
man.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, there you
All
go.
right.
Hope and ruin.
All right. I like it. I am very torn, and the whole time you're talking, I've been going back and forth on what my second choice is going to be. But, uh, hmm, hmm, okay. One of them is kind of similar to what you drafted, so I'm going to go the other direction. I am going to go, well, I'm going to set this up a little bit. We started the year very excited. Then not too long, we started to get the rumors of, okay, maybe there's some stuff going on. JT Miller goes on leave, more rumors coming out about that. Pedersen and Miller both not performing, the losses building up, more problems coming out of that. And it builds and builds and builds and builds until we have our president go into an interview with the Globe and Mail and say, we have done everything we possibly can. There's nothing further we can do. This has to come to an end. And therefore, I am drafting End of the Road by Boys to Men. That says it all. I'm just going to leave it there. But
End
then
of the road.
that's not just the end of the road. That's not the end of the season. Everyone's not just getting fired. I thought everyone was getting traded. That still might happen. We'll see.
It's still early.
But what comes at the end of the road? You're not just going to quit. Jim Rutherford, 2 Thursdays ago, woke up and was like, he had a song stuck in his head. And it was a pop artist. And that song that was stuck in his head that Thursday morning, I don't remember. The day that a couple of big trades went down, that song that was stuck in his head was Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. He went through like a wrecking ball and he tore apart the dressing room. It was the biggest overhaul the Canucks have seen since Pat Quinn was the GM. He went through and made some serious changes to that team. Yeah, Wrecking Ball, my third choice.
Wow, bold choice. All right. Now I've got a couple options here. I think I'm gonna go. Like I mentioned, I really focused on the lyrics on some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the one really refers to a certain period of this season. I don't really think it's applicable
Oh.
anymore, but it was extremely applicable for what felt like far too long. And that song is going to be No Defense by Pulley.
That's so good. Well
Here's a
done.
couple of lines for you. Feel free to take hits on me, and don't worry about an apology, because it makes you feel good to stand your ground. When it comes to playing my game, you know I'm out of my league.
Oh no.
Tongue-tied, battered, and reversed, I can't get up to speed.
Oh my
If I make the
goodness.
rules, you break. Feel like a fool who's been taken through the ringer. I have no defense. Is it a joke? Because I'm not laughing.
Well done. That's
So
gold.
again, I would just like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to Pedersen and Pedersen for coming in and giving my weary soul a bit of respite in the desert that's been the Canucks defense for this year. It's
Oh, the Canucks defense this year. The Canucks defense for my entire life was other than last year.
That's fair, but I mean, there's been some highlights.
That's
I mean, the
okay.
2011 team was solid. They had a
That's
good
fair.
back
I
end.
was 10 years old. No, I was 12 years old.
He likes to do that. Doesn't remind me how much younger than me he is. All right, so that was my third pick. For my fourth and final pick, again, I've never heard of this group, band, singer. I don't even know. I haven't even listened to the song, but man, do the lyrics work. The song's called Big Softy, and the group I want to say is called Middle Kids. Have you ever heard of this?
I have not.
All right. See if you can get where I'm coming from with this. I got my moves all in a row, but I can't score. I just pretend that I don't care when I'm not sure. It is sometimes hard to go on, try to find a way to be strong. It is sometimes hard to go on. I used to kill it, but now those days are gone.
Is this Dr. Seuss?
I don't know, it could be. Maybe that's his performer name, Middle Kids. And there you have it.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, give me the rundown of what your selections are.
No, no, you got one more pick.
Oh, okay. All
You've only
right.
had
All right.
three.
All
This is
right.
your chance. I
Okay.
feel like you're trailing. I feel like I've nailed it. But
Well, we have got who was the Dodgers player that just was constantly hitting home runs in the World Series?
Freddie Freeman.
You have Freddie Freeman coming up to the plate. Because after Wrecking Ball occurred, the Canucks land was looking quite disheveled. It looked like there had been a lot of changes, a lot of turnover, and we didn't know really what to expect. But then we played a game against the Detroit Red Wings. And in that game, throughout that game, and at the end of the game, the song that was stuck on my head was A Whole New World from the Disney movie Aladdin. I felt like I was a breath of
Okay.
fresh air. It was a whole new world. I was so excited again. I was seeing Canucks hockey with a whole new, well, a whole new light, but kind of the way I was last year. Just, yeah, so drastically different than I was the week before. Therefore, A Whole New World is my selection to
I
round
think
out
you
the
probably
draft.
earn some bonus points for the recognizability of your playlist versus mine. Um, which is fair. I definitely thought of trying to go a little more well known with the songs, but
I
I
like the
just
lyric base. That was good.
yeah.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
Um, when I read through my my draft board now, I'm sorry, Pedersen. These are like 90% you. I've got the Pretender from Foo Fighters. I've got somebody that I used to know.
Yes, I also have that one. I was this close to putting it there for the first one.
Yep, yep. Sorry, man. Like, look, I gave you dog of the game tonight. Just keep it up.
And
Keep it up.
Doghouse too. Give you dog
Yeah,
of the game in the doghouse.
I'll sing your praises, man. Just keep it up. Keep it up, please.
First part of the season, I had The Boys Are Back by Dropkick Murphys. Or Murphy. The second part of the year, I had Somebody That I Used to Know and Apologize by One Republic.
Okay.
And then in the third part of the year, like the Wrecking Ball stage of the year, I had Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, which starts out with getting high, get high on speed, which is exactly how I felt watching Philip Hedel and Drew
I
O'Connor
tried
fly through center ice.
I tried so hard to find speed-based songs.
That was the
And then
one.
and then also shooting, like shooting the puck, but
Yes.
shooting got pretty dark. So just went another direction there.
Yeah, smart.
Yep, yep. Trying to
um
keep the show PG, okay?
and lastly, the fourth part of the year, after the changes were made, I had Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles as my honorable mention.
Not bad.
All right. Well, that wraps up the draft.